So Swarnim, the word in Sanskrit means golden. I feel that education is the key to that golden future, and therefore Swarnim. So the idea is to encourage children to innovate, to encourage children to think of the traditional as well as the unconventional. So until now, there was always this problem. While you're studying a formal degree, we do a secondary course of training you in the world of startup. Now you have two things, say you're paramedical or you're architecture or school of design, but you also parallelly learned how to run a startup. You've learned how to create a proof of concept. You've learned how to work a scalability model. You've learned a lot of things that you require, which you only learn by making mistakes in the real world. Here you're learning it in a secure classroom, and then you're bound to make much lesser mistakes. And that's what we want. We want our students to be super successful as soon as they're out of the gate. So syllabus in many schools, many colleges, many universities, if you ask yourself, think of what you learned when you were in college. Think of what you learned when you were in school. What were you mugging for that exam that you gave in 10th standard? How much have you applied it in your real life? You'll turn around and say, you know what? I've never applied it. Because it used to be just a standardized, structured course. We have to study this, we have to read this, we have to apply. There was no direct link with a job creation. There was no direct link with a skill creation. Today, the skill is where the value is, because an employer wants you to add that skill into his company and then change that in terms of his bottom line. And I truly believe that a large part of education in India should be driven towards employment, because that employment will then create a better GDP, will then create a better India, a more progressive and strong India, a golden and Swarnim India. When you have programs with the government, say for example, Study in Gujarat. Now that's a great program, a great initiative by the Gujarat government. The education minister, the principal secretary of education have been doing a great job with it. And it's great to be in esteemed company, right? Where out of the top 15 universities that have been chosen, we're the youngest. And Swarnim's already there because we fulfill that criteria of being a true startup and innovation university, which is futuristic, right? And the kind of response that we're seeing already through that Study in Gujarat model is spectacular. The kind of interest that there is in Swarnim and the kind of courses that we're being able to offer. We feel that Study in Gujarat will not just be great for a funnel of Indian students, but global students. We've got more than 150 top institutions, companies coming in on Swarnim campus and saying, these are sharp kids, these are bright kids, they're very well educated kids and we want to hire them. So it's a great feeling. It's an exceptional feeling to see the passion and the joy in the children's eyes who've studied here, the students' eyes, and then also to see the sense of pride and satisfaction in the eyes of the parents. We feel as educationists responsible to those parents also who are putting their hard-earned money towards this education. And we want them to give them that quality, and we want the kids to have a golden future. I think one is you have to be able to dream, right? A lot of people, now I see the kids in this generation dreaming big, and I love that. But along with the dreams, you have to work on the reality, right? What we try to do at Swarnim is we try to give you structure to that. That helps a lot, because then you say, these are the steps. You want to do it, you have the ability to do it, you're intelligent, you're smart, you have the talent. But what is the path? How do you reach there? Nobody tells you that. You learn by making mistakes. Instead, we structured it into a course. Now you're exposed. Then you're meeting mentors, you're meeting investors, you're meeting accelerators, you're meeting incubators. Today at Swarnim, we've had 10 plus successful startups already, right? That have been incubated right here. And our idea is to create hundreds of such examples. At Swarnim, we're always doing innovative stuff. So I'll give you an example. We just run a campaign called Make Your Own PC. We invited our students to come on board and repurpose, reuse the usable parts of the scrap PCs and build their own PCs. And we built 75 PCs built by our students. Now, this is just small innovative thinking. We at Swarnim are creating world-class facilities. I think we have one of the coolest libraries that there is in India, in any university. We have one of the best hostel accommodations. We have great Audi. We have great total facilities. I mean, it's a really green campus. These are the things that create an environment where people want to come in from all over the world to study, aside from the good quality of education. We have a spectacular Apple lab, which is really something that people have to come see it to believe it, where students just feel so good working on such cool projects there too. We have involved ourselves with organizations that are working on electric vehicles. We're working with organizations that are looking at futuristic robotics. We're working with organizations that are looking at wellness and healthcare. And we also do something which is very important in terms of social impact. We believe that at Swarnim, the thought process, the philosophy at Swarnim is we've been blessed, and it is our duty to contribute to our society and to contribute to our country. We have the children working on so many interesting projects along with the administration. We have a goodwill project right here where more than 5,000 patients from villages and nearby poorer strata of people have been given absolutely free healthcare, free treatments, 5,000 of them already. Happy to see that the parents love that. They feel like, you're teaching my child more than a formal education. You're teaching my child how to give back and be a good member of society. When you look at something as a business, you take out from it. But when you look at something as a legacy, when you look at something as an institution that you're trying to create, which has decades of legacy that you create with connecting with people. कुछ मंत्र हैं जिनको मैंने हमेशा फॉलो किया अपनी लाइफ में. सिंपली मैं कहूँ तो बुरे वक्त में घबराना नहीं, अच्छे वक्त में पगलाना नहीं. सपने देखो लेकिन साकार करने के लिए मेहनत भी करो. जो सोता रहेगा वो खोता रहेगा. So this is what I'm saying to all you young and bright, amazing people. Each of you is a superstar in your own right. Each of you has potential to be someone amazing. Each of you can be a Dhirubhai Ambani or an Amitabh Bachchan or a Bill Gates. Each of you has that potential, and it's just how much you believe in yourself. And if you don't believe in yourself, trust me, no one's going to believe in you.